everybody. Welcome to the Rambling Gypsy podcast. My name is Tiffany Foy, and we are fortunate to be fortunate. And today, I have the one, the only, Nick. Y'all hear me talk about her all the time, and this has taken a lot of convincing to get her little tiny ass on the porch.
I'm here. I'm
But
finally here.
she's on the porch with the cameras this time. She's on my other porch all the time.
All the time.
All the time, 24/7, 365.
Well, we got a lot of problems to solve. A lot of things
We have a lot of things to talk about. She's the one that you hear on the very first episode that's sitting in the corner when me and Kel are sitting here talking, and I said, "Why are we here?" And Kel, I say it. Kel says it. Why are we here? And Kel goes, "I don't know. Why are we here?" And you hear this one in the background go, "What do you mean? Why are we here? We're here. We built you a porch to tell your shit show or your life stories or your
bring everything to life.
Bring everything to life." Yeah, but she's the one that attempts to keep me in line. She does a pretty damn good job of it, I would think. I say so. Yeah,
it's like herding cats. Honestly, it's a little bit difficult.
Okay, stop. First of all, cats. Herding cats. I heard a lot of things, okay? Yeah, Steiner's on the porch, too. I don't know if y'all can see her. Tiger's on the porch, too. Tiger went out, took shit, and she's been a while. She was a little too excited. So, anyways, but yeah, Steiner's on the porch with us. Her Tia Nick is here. And yeah, but let's talk about herding cats for a minute. I don't know. I mean, that's it.
Have you ever tried to herd some cats before?
Well, first of all, I'm allergic to them, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if they show up I'm going to save it or rescue it or whatever. And I'll sneeze and shit myself or whatever at the same time, but I'm going to catch those little suckers. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll save them. But no, I don't know that I've ever heard of herding cats. I've heard herding cattle, herding humans. Don't be a part of the herd. Don't herding sheep.
See, those are all easy things to herd.
Herding goats.
Herding a cat is much more difficult.
Because I guess cats aren't...
They're not meant to be herded.
No. Nobody wants a bunch of pussies in one room. I mean, that's a lot to handle. That is a lot to handle.
We don't need all of that. No. But yeah, sometimes, cats like to do what they want to do. They want to scatter. They want to run. They jump off all the things. So what you're saying is I'm hard to handle. You got the 9 lives or the 7 lives, however many they have. And we're getting close to having to keep track of them.
Am I running? Do I need to?
Oh, you got some good luck. I feel like you have some good luck that follows you. Yeah.
Well,
you got good karma. Maybe that's what I should say. It's good karma. It's not luck because you caused it yourself.
Okay.
It's good karma that follows you around.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I will definitely take that because I just got told not too long ago that karma is a big word. Karma is, and you guys have heard me talk about my gypsinary and how this is the one that keeps me in line, keeps my vocabulary in line. You hear me tell everybody, tell the entire world. Yep. Her hat says we have a situation, which is
Houston, we have a situation.
We always have a situation. I am a situation followed by a fluctuation and many other things. But we do, karma is a big word. Karma is something that sneaks up on you when you least expect it.
But you have full control over it.
Now we're going to get to see this. This is a really cool side about Nick. Nick is my little analytical. She's a brainiac. She is. She's the one that puts together our how to pack our suitcase. How she puts us a what's it called?
Itinerary.
Well, yeah, that. But you put it in a
PDF.
In a program with her little. That's what we should have done today. We should have brought a pointer so you could point like your flow chart and so first you're going to start here and you're going to get dressed for the airport. And then once you're dressed for the airport, you're going to grab your bag. And then you're going to grab your bag and you're going to get in the car. But you have to take your slippers off.
And then at the airport is when you're actually going to open my PDF that I made you.
Ooh, and she gets so mad if we didn't. We were just excited. We were excited.
Everybody's excited.
This is Nick's the one that keeps everything on our calendar.
Yep.
So
we live by that calendar.
We do live by the calendar. It's very important. We have a
I was on the calendar for today.
Yeah.
I had to abide by it.
Yeah. I'm so proud. We do.
My nerves, but
yeah.
I'm here.
I know, you're here.
I'm here. The calendar said so.
Yeah, the calendar said so, and we take it very serious, and that's what we do. Apparently Steiner is on the calendar too, and I don't know if you guys have ever held a goat, but the body temperature of a goat is so hot. Like, it is a hot flash on steroids, and when she was at she goes everywhere with us. And if I don't have her, Nick has her. If Nick don't have her, Mason clearly is now Mason.
Tio Mason really good at the parking lot drop-offs for the custody exchange.
Yes, we'll have to show that video because that was a good one. That was a really good one. So yeah, but Tio Mason has decided that he loves his Steiner. But apparently she was on the calendar. But when we were at the resort this weekend, so we had some really good people there, some really good friends of ours, and they were running around, and Steiner was playing with them. And of course, it's into July, right? We're into July.
Yeah.
And it's hot as balls out at our place, and you're just sweating, what have you. And she said, can I go take her and hold her? And she came back like 20 minutes later, and she was like, girl, I mean, I thought I was hot. And she said, how do you deal with this? And I said, yeah. And she sleeps with me. So it's literally, and
personal
now she is,
heater.
Now she is curled up behind me on the back of my bum, and she is hot as, so now I feel like I'm sitting on a heating pad with my fuzzy pillow.
Oh, look at her.
So sleepy, Steiner.
She said, this is my life. I'm loving it.
Can
the
you
porch
imagine?
time is
this
my
is
nap
how every
time.
animal that I have is treated, by the way. And she can vouch for it. She
When
knows.
I come back in the next life, I want to be one of her animals because they have a better wardrobe than I do. They eat better food
she
than
organizes
I do.
the wardrobe.
I do. I have to
She has
organize
them
all their bows and their clips and the
collars,
diapers and all the little swimmies. They have swimsuits with little fins on the back of them.
When when we had Renee, Captain Evil, and we were in the she shed and we were talking, and you had gone back down to the resort, so you actually weren't in the she shed when we were talking. And Steiner was in there, and I said something, and I said, well, I think you were headed down below. And I said, well, it's in the monkey room. It's in the collar container right next to the goat something. And Renee goes, okay, wait, stop. Did you just say in the monkey room?
We got to dissect the whole
next
situation.
to the goat collars, next to the monkeys, whatever. But she was like, all that came out in one sentence. I was like, yeah. And you should see how beautifully organized she has the label maker, and she labels the clear containers.
Well, we got the holiday set up, all in their own little section, and they dress for the PJs are in their own little house.
We did.
And they got the goggles for when they get on the little
scooter.
Yep, the little scooter on the thing.
Scooter.
And I mean,
and then when Tiger had her babies, we did photo shoots. We dressed each one of them up. They
all had their special colors.
They had their birth certificates. They
did all her Christmas photo shoot.
We did Valentine's Day.
Baby newborns underneath the Christmas tree.
We did Tiger's pregnancy shoot.
Oh yeah,
and the day we were supposed to do
Mom and Dad
was the day she went into labor. Yeah.
Yep, I was on the way to go drive to your house already.
Yeah, and I called you and I was like, she's acting so weird. And then
something's coming out of her ass.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, and it's not, we got a situation. I was like, we're not making the photo shoot. Change of plans. And boom, there we were, 6 babies later. Yeah.
About ready to do it again, too.
I know, I was just telling Polo last night, I said, we need to go check her calendar because me and Polo and you were all having a debate the other night because I kept thinking for whatever reason that it was, I didn't realize it was before Thanksgiving when she had her babies, and it was November 17th because we thought she was going to have them on Riley's.
A week later would have been.
Yep, Riley's birthday. Yep. So she was like 3 days early, according to her, so I know.
But that was also her first
litter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which I know absolutely nothing. This girl took me to the rodeo for the first time, and I was just in awe.
About to say, we need to talk about how cool it is that this is the city girl of
getting educated.
City girl of all city girls. And okay, let's talk about first timers with me. Talk about all the first time things that you've done with me. I know. First time you went to a rodeo was with me.
Yeah, that was real interesting. Trying to chase a cow around with a milk bottle or whatever.
Yeah, so we were backstage, and so the boys were playing. Her husband's the bass player for Shane Smith and the Saints. And once you guys see, we were talking about Good Fest and the festival and what have you. And so Corey, that is the guy behind Good Fest that started the whole thing, is the guy works with her husband and my cousin and Shane Smith and the Saints. So, but they were playing. So we went to the rodeo, and of course I go all the time. And
So I got my boots on. I dressed the part.
She did.
I was there.
And if not, I will dress. I will dress her. We've been having the wardrobe thing because she has this deal where she calls it her Adam Sandler wardrobe, and I can't.
I might pull it off better than Adam Sandler. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, and we're gonna bury that. And I have a backhoe, and I know how to use it.
And a burn pile.
I got a tractor. I got all the things, and we're gonna light it and we're gonna burn it. No offense, Adam, but it is not. It's not for my neck. It's not for my neck. But yeah, she does. But so we dressed. We went to the rodeo, and that was the first time, and it was really fun because I got to sit and explain to you, so many of the guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of their. I mean.
Because Eric hadn't been but not really got the rodeo side where I could sit
not
and
like
say,
the behind the scenes.
This is what they're doing. This is why this horse looks this way. This is why they're doing
this is the point value, or all of that kind of good stuff. And then to see the little kids out there, just giving it a go with their little helmets and things, I was like, maybe you should wait till your brains develop a little more before you do this. But okay,
you never know. Right, you never know.
I understand why the chasing around a cow with the milk bottle came through.
It
started out on the little hit your head one too many times, and now there you go.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna get hit with a baseball too. I mean, or not, or just gonna think you're sliding into home plate and you're down there doing whatever. But so that was the first time for you, and then you peed in a pasture.
I did.
That was a full on.
That was a whole.
That was a very big. That was a big ordeal. Yeah.
I don't even pee in the water, like in the lake or the river or whatever. I get out and go, do my somewhere else, and then come back and whatever. I don't care that you're already wet and gross and whatever. It's weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're a thinker.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. It's the overthinking. You're a big thinker. It's the overthinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
that was a big.
I learned the whole little posture procedure. And
how to squat and how to do, and there's, there's different shades of redneck. There's different shades of city slickers. There's different.
You got the salmon necks, and you got the red necks, and you got the pink ones.
Yeah, some are a little darker than others. Some are a little redder than others. Some tans start from here down. Me, I'll start doing this, or brother, you never know. I'll just take it off, and then I'm in a tank top and whatever. So then you got that kind of a different neck. But but when you're peeing in a pasture, one, you got to be aware of your surroundings because we have rattlesnake territories. They blend, and so you got to really pay attention. You got to really
and the tarantulas.
You got to really watch what you're doing because you could, depending on your situation, you could be there for a minute. You don't know. You're gonna have to know if you're gonna need to kick gravel over it, if you're gonna need some extra oak leaves.
We didn't get that far. We just had a situation number one.
Sprinkled. Okay, never mind.
I'm still amateur when it comes to
going a little. I'm going to the second level apparently.
I'm still an amateur over here.
Look,
baby steps.
Sometimes bears shit in the woods. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Anyways, but if there's a vehicle involved, if you have a nice tailgate, a good bumper, a running board is extremely helpful.
That's something else I've done for the first time. I drove my little.
Oh my goodness. Now this is a very cute story too. So we have these gators. We have one at the river and we have one at the ranch. And if you don't know what a gator is, it's like it's a John Deere. They're low to the ground, wide. It's a 2-seater. There's no seating, no ceiling, no roof, and it's got a dump in the back. So it's like a little tiny.
It looks like a little mini pickup truck.
It does, and it's kind of wide, right? Just a little dump truck where you can dump, and they're great. These things are amazing, and this little girl gets in that thing, and she has got it. My boys will get in those gators and they'll run them, and I'm like, God dang, have respect for my freaking equipment. I mean, my gosh, you guys, it's not
NASCAR Sunday.
NASCAR Sunday, which I say it all the time. It's not NASCAR Sunday. And this little girl will get into that thing and she will go and tootle around at the resort, and it's the cutest thing. No one would ever know, that she has never ever driven anything like that. It's so cute.
I drove a golf cart one time, like in the 4th grade. My sister was on the back of it, not wearing a seatbelt. I ran into a tree and she flung out of it. That was the last time I drove something like that ever.
Well, I'm so glad you're talking about it now that you've been running around in the equipment, but you're so
I've
good.
I've been the best one.
You
are
absolutely
an award or something.
Should.
Best driver of the property.
Yeah, and so we all had this conversation the other day. In fact, I text the kids, my boys that have Foyket Customs, and I said, hey, Gage, Gavin, what would it take for you guys to wrap this or powder coat it pink. I wanted to do pink camo because she's so cute in this little thing, and she toodles all around in it, and it's just, she parks it in the safest spot ever. The kids, they'll just run it down the hill, park it in the middle where we've got people coming and going. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Not this one. She's got, I need to put a VIP parking spot.
Well, you got to be respectful of the musicians too, because where I park coming down the hill, you don't get in front of the musicians. You're not, with the engine all the way around.
It's so cute
for everybody. You're not ruining the atmosphere.
It is. It's so cute. And the first time that when Megs was at the river, and she came over to see, kind of, because she'd never. Once again, she's not from our part. She's
across the pond.
Yeah, she is from across the pond, and so it was really cool. And she was like, "Look at Nick," and I was like, "I know." Isn't she the cutest little thing, just zooming around? She just goes and.
I will have you know, I feel like a badass every time I jump in that thing. It's such a confidence booster. I just run around and everybody knows, oh, this girl, she works here. She, she got the little.
Yeah, but you need to tell them too. Okay, so the key broke. All right, so this is rather impressive because you don't find a city slicker that is going to figure out how to. I mean, unless you're from the hood and you know how to hot wire some stuff, or you're going to grab you a screwdriver and you know how to fix a situation.
The red to the yellow and the...
And then the black wire goes to this wire and blah, 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 blah. You're going to scratch them together and a couple sparks are going to fly and bam, it's going to kick. I don't know how... Anyways, it's no reason. We've never
done that.
We never... Nope. No, have never, ever... It's all about you right now, not me. Let's go ahead and let's focus on Nick and let's talk about other things. Tell them how you started it.
Well, we broke the key off into the little thing.
Into the ignition.
Yeah, into the ignition. And the key
so part... So it's one of those keys that it has like a little black, like a round, thing. Right. And so it kind of fits on the round part of the ignition. It's not like,
So the actual key part that had all those jig-jags on there was still stuck inside the engine. Yeah. You just couldn't get enough torque to twist it. Right. So it was still going to be able to get on as long as you get enough torque. So I just stuck any random old key in there and
she's like, "Hey, I need a key." Well,
I'm infamous for losing my keys.
For losing her keys.
I should have brought my big old carabiner. Oh, the beaner. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a great story. We're going to tell that story. We have to tell that story before we get done telling all the other stories because this is a really good one. And so, it's good. It's really good.
But I'm infamous for losing my keys. Yeah. And so every time I'm like, "Hey, can I borrow a key?" And everybody's like, "No, hell no, I'm not getting this key back."
She goes in Bella, which is my fuzzy purse that a little girl named when her and I were out at a show or something. Everybody thinks my purse is a dog because it looks like our pillow is on the porch. And this little girl finally, she named my purse Bella, and so she's been Bella for a long time. But and everybody knows Bella, so she pulls a key out of Bella because I have keys from everything.
She's like, "That goes to the beach house."
I was like,
"Not the right."
That's not the right key.
Anywhere with that key.
She was like, "No, I'm gonna go start the gator with it." And I was like, "Look at this." I was so proud.
You learn some life skills when you're out at the river and at the ranch, and you learn some. Some common sense, some street knowledge.
The YouTube and the Googles and all the things are not gonna.
Book smart,
which is what I do not have. Right, that's why we have such a very good pair. That
no
one would have thought we would have been a good pair, and it is.
That's true. I will say
scary.
That's true.
Yeah. But you've been like the missing piece to my puzzle.
Yeah. I will say when I first started working for you, Randy was like, "Hey, just FYI.
Yeah.
I got to warn you about this one."
Woo, she's a lot. She is a lot.
He's like, if she ever gets too much, you just call me and I'll put her back in her place. I said, "Randy, I know enough about her reputation. Nobody's putting her in her place." I said, "You can try. I'll still call you and vent to you about it." But
funny. She's talking about my big old ginormous cousin that was on the podcast. He was the one where he was here, and I've got to bring him back because he's big.
Animated.
Oh my gosh.
Animated. He's just so much fun.
6'4", 6'5".
Big old teddy bear.
380. I mean, just a big old ginormous teddy bear and the sweetest human in the entire world. And
but he'll come over and check on me and say, "Hey, how's Tiff today?
Yeah,
you surviving?"
Checking on me.
Like, heck yeah,
Randallson.
We're a dream team over here. I don't know.
We are. We have so much fun. We have too much fun.
Almost too much fun.
But I said right from the get-go, we're gonna work hard. We're gonna play hard. Yeah. But if we're not laughing when we're doing it,
you gotta enjoy your life. You can't just sit there and go to work. And
I'm all about having some fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and it does get crazy, and you see me throw my temper tantrums and my whatever, but you're so good about going.
I mean, I'll throw my own stuff too, and that's who you need though. Is almost like an accountability partner, more so than anything, just to pull you out of the ruts and get back into the team spirit and. all that stuff. Because when you're working with a team, I mean, you have so many businesses, so many people that are involved. On any given day, there's going to be somebody that's going through some situation at home or in their personal life or, whatever. And you got to find that balance of how you communicate with the people, how you, celebrate the wins, but also put the foot down when you know how to put the foot down. And I think you have a good balance of that, which it makes, all of the working very enjoyable and makes a good team.
It does. And I'm all about the team. I'm very, very much so all about the team. That's very, very, very important to me. That really, I mean, even when I am frustrated and it's really not even about the team, or it could be about something else. And I mean, like you said, with everything that we have going on around us at all times, I'm the first one to, when I do bite a little too hard or I do bark, I'm the first one to go, I am completely out of line. I am so sorry. Let me go sit and think about my choices. Let me rewind. Let me take a deep breath. Let me have a one-on-one conversation with myself, get my shit together. And then I'm going to come back in and I want a group hug, and let's go back to doing what we're doing.
Even if it takes a minute to, cool down and then reflect on it, you're very self-aware. So I think that helps with a lot of the conversations.
It does. I mean, I'm kind of sensitive where I get my feelings hurt easily, but then I get mad and then I start crying and then I go back to, so I have to try to think, but I am a pit bull when it comes to, I will protect my people, you guys. I mean,
that's very true. That's very true.
There is nothing, like I've told you guys and everyone that's ever been with me, whether it's my kids or our business family or our business team, that when you guys make a decision and I am not around and y'all do it, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, whether you think it's right or whether you think it's wrong, I will back you 100%. And then we will handle it together as a family and as a team, and we will address it and we'll figure it out. But if you guys, y'all treat it like it's your own, run it like it's your own, and we have grown as a team, having you as a part of our family. Aww. And having the kids, it's been really cool to watch you guys say
the same thing about you, though,
watch you guys blossom and what we've done. It's really feels, I mean, we look back at how we were last year, and
it feels a lot more personally satisfying. I feel like it's very much like all of the wins, all of the team members feel like, hey, this was a really successful weekend. We freaking crushed it. We had, and at this point, I think everybody's taking the stress and they're looking at it in more of a positive light too, of look at what we overcame this weekend. Right. We were slammed, or we ran out of this, or, didn't have, somebody had to wait 15 minutes for a shuttle, or, what have you. But then at the end, it's all of those other moments that we get with the specialized customer service or the one-on-one, feedback that we're getting from people, and just being like, y'all made our vacation. Right. You made our life, for this week, especially coming after the storms in Houston and stuff. A lot of the people just needed an
much devastation and so much tragedy, and so much is going on. In fact, today, the day that we're actually recording the podcast, of course, it doesn't air for a minute, but actually today we are having some good flooding. So we're watching Kerrville. We're keeping an eye on our family and friends that are upriver from us, and we know that it's coming to us. And so, but yeah, we have to move. We have to think fast. We have to come together and prepare. And
there's a lot of pivoting that happens, I think, and we've all gotten really good at, two-stepping around other people and dancing through the rain and all the things, I think. So you've worked for big companies. I have, yes.
Very big
publicly
companies.
Traded. Previous position was working on a team that supported Google. So before coming to you, I've had some pretty decent corporate background. Right. Yeah.
And I've never really
with goats and camels and
she had these kind of people that worked for her. not that worked with her, for her, whatever. But yeah, not my deal. I've never really ever. I've worked with corporate people. I've worked with big money people that have done that, billionaires and millionaires, and we've done a bunch of projects together. But I've never been under somebody in the corporate world,
in a corporate structure.
Right.
Yeah.
So
No HR department where you come from.
No, we have a fun HR department. Our comment box looks a little bit different than the rest of them. Yeah, it has a lot of middle fingers and why were you a jackass? And let me tell you what the comment on that should have been. Yeah, yeah. Our stuff is a little different than most, but that's something that I would never. I don't know that. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like that structure where they know that they have to be there at 8:00 and that they, at 4:59, I mean, boop, done, we're going. They go boom, 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 boom. Has that been for so many people? I mean, that's a huge, I mean, you went from that kind of solid ass, hardcore structure. Were you structured like that in your personal life as well before? I mean,
I almost had to be structured like that in my personal life because if I did any kind of a change in my mental thinking, it would be so much harder to get back to the structure when I came back to work the next day. Right. So if I didn't have, one of my previous companies, they had what's called a basic operating system and standards. And it was a master checklist. It went through everything from maintenance to follow-up to facilities plan to how we were going to do our leasing to social media strategies and all sorts of different things. Right. And so I took that same concept and I laminated myself a chore chart. I had what I did in the morning and the afternoon. I had what I did on the first week of the month a chart. Exactly. Yeah. And my finances were the same way, and that would cause a little bit of contention with obviously Chase, who is a musician and a creative and things like that. So, if I did not structure my life in the same way, then it would be so much harder for me to get back to that structure the day after the weekend or what have you. That being said, I am a very type A personality. Yeah. So coming from one extreme to another where like today, I get to work at what I think is my normal getting here time. I try to make it in town. I commute about an hour, so I try to get in town by at least 10, sometimes a little bit earlier than that, depending on what we have going on that day. I know you're not a morning girly. You've got all the diapers to change and all the things to happen, but yeah, it is a little bit more difficult flying by the seat of your pants when I am such a planner, but we do live by our calendar, but a lot of things pop up so important are not on the calendar. So like, today, for instance, when the river starts flooding and we got to push things back by an hour or two, I will say it's helped me become a little bit more of a flexible person. I think a lot of what I had been missing and looking from other people, like my husband, for example, trying to bring me back down and calm me down, get me out of that corporate mindset. Yeah. I think I've been able to do a little bit more for myself lately, which has been nice because I'm having fun all day, every day. So I can still have fun when I go home. And so what's weird for me is I have always, I've never liked change, which is. I can see that from you.
Okay. Yeah. But thinking about how our day to day goes, but what really throws me for a loop as far as change goes is like, if I am, so say we've got on the calendar, we're going to be at the ranch 9:00. We've got to do goat shots. We've got to do this. It's time to, do our worming, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to do that from 9 to 11. And then from 11, we're going to go to the river, then from the river, we're going to go to here, to the porch. I can't, that to me is, that's too much. Yeah. That I cannot get my creative style in. I can't get my vibe going. That's the kind of change that will just fuck up my whole.
See, and that's the ADHD. That's where the pivoting total chaos. Is hard. I cannot do it. I
cannot do it. I need Tuesday. I've got to have this. We're going to be on the porch. Tuesday's we're going to hang out. Right.
Wednesday's the porch day.
Exactly.
Thursday's
I'm not going to drive around in circles. That's the kind of change that will, if I've gone to more than 2 stores, 3 stores, and you've been with me when we've done this, we will stop. I have a doctor's appointment. I, had hip replacement, knee replacement. Nick goes with me, and okay, we're going to stop on the way back and we're going to have lunch. And then, by the way, we need to drop this off. By the time we have dropped something off, we've already been, this is the 3rd place. I'm like, no, I can't do it no more. And she's like, but we're right here. I'm like, nope, we can't. That's enough. That's enough. I feel like we've wasted our day. I feel like we're spinning circles. I feel like I lose control. I don't know if other people, I don't know, but you see that because I can't have the bebopping around thing. Because
where you're most valuable. If you're sitting there and you can be creative for like a 6-hour block of time, you're like, oh, why am I out there going to Hobby Lobby, going to Home Goods, going to the bank, going to this, you know, it's all of those other
things. I'm not a
runner.
Where, that just messes my whole groove up.
Right. Well, and you're very much on the vibes and the mood of the day too.
Totally.
So if it's, I mean, I've canceled meetings for you multiple times. Hey, the vibes are not right today to meet a new person.
No.
I'm not in the mood or the headspace to do the small talk situation, to chit chat with somebody, to have a business meeting with somebody, to make a decision even, you know, and everybody has those days too. And when I think you don't stop, I don't stop really, when you're constantly going 24/7, having to make all the decisions and to meet all the people and to do all the things. Sometimes it's just,
it's too much.
Today is not the day for it.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we really understand each other too, where I'm like, hey, I need my day to just hibernate and just disappear. And if I'm cleaning my house and doing my dishes and whatever, I'm not going to be on my phone. Or if I'm sleeping and catching up, not going to be on my phone. And that's one of my things is I try to be as reachable as possible, but I'm also very much in the moment. Yeah. You know, because you're very much in the moment too. Right. So when we're out at the ranch or whatever, I'm not going to be checking my phone every 2 minutes. I'm going to be over there you know, doing what we need to get done.
And so many times it's hard because we do have so much going where we do have to punt and we have to do it. And then I feel like I am selling myself short, or I'm selling whatever project I'm working on short, or I am not giving it my all.
See, and I think that's where we do a good job of balancing the priorities, though, based off of either what's coming up or what's on the calendar or what's most important. Because there has been multiple times where it's like, hey, we can't get to something this week.
Right.
Let's either find a subcontractor, somebody else that we know and can trust that can take it over. Right. Or say, hey, this is the best that we can give you at the moment. This is what's going to happen. We can revisit
You've been
it later.
A very, very good balance for me to help me. Like I know definitely that I would not be where I am in the new projects and things that I'm working if I didn't have you by my side.
I think it took us a little bit to get to that point.
Right.
But once I figured out things that I could just handle, I'm just going to do it. I'm not even going to ask. I know what your expectations are for the most part. If I forgot one or two small things, oops, we'll catch it on the next round. You know, things like orders for the river or, you know, re-upping on supplies or what have you. You know, certain things I'm like, let me just handle it. Right. So the majority of it's done. We're not waiting till the last minute. We can always go run and get one or two things instead of having to do a full order. You know, we bite off small things when we can.
Preventative maintenance is kind of how I think of that whole deal. But, you know, we're talking about the whole 8 to 5 deal and you changing up and you did such a good job of that. I've never been an 8 to 5 person. From the time I was little, like my mom worked her ass off. I mean, she would go and then I'd stay at daycare and then I'd end up with the daycare people for so long. And then, so I never knew, you know, I never had.
That's where I'm not an 8 to 5 because all my other jobs, I didn't end at 5. Right. I would still sit there because part of my passions are my spreadsheets and whatever it is I'm working on. Right. I just fully get engulfed in whatever it is that I have going on. Right. So Chase would get sometimes a little bit upset when I would take my work home with me.
Take your work home.
And I'm like, to me, it's not necessarily work, though, that I'm taking home. It's more of a hobby or a passion project or, you know, it's a little bit more creative. I get to design a concert poster or what have you. You know, it's a little bit more fun. Right. Whereas he just sees me on my laptop and is like, oh, she's still working.
She's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes on his computer, plays his video games. That's his pastime. I get on my laptop and I, you know, chat with you and Megs and, you know, do all the things. And that's my pastime too. So everybody works a little bit different, but that's maybe why I haven't had as much of a struggle with transitioning is because I was never an 8 to 5 employee anyways. I was always 8 to
and that's very hard.
I tell you all the time, I have productive dreams.
Oh, yeah.
My brain doesn't shut off. You know when me. I'm sleeping.
Yeah. I'm up. I get my little tiny window of opportunity of sleep. And when I do, I've had to explain that to Jeremy in the very beginning of our relationship. I was like, look, if I fall asleep on the couch, do not be offended. Do not take it personal. But that is, my body knows I'm done. I've got
shut down.
It is shut down and I will get a good solid 2 hours and then I'm up, boom, boom, boom.
Right
but
as rain.
It's right because I don't ever stop. But I mean, that's just who we are. But I could not imagine. But I mean, like I said, I guess that's just how being raised. I can't imagine the 8. Like, what do you do from 5 to the rest of? What do you do with the rest of your time? I mean, when you go home, you have dinner and then you talk and then you.
And that was my thing. Is even like, when I was 8 to 5.
What does everybody else do?
I don't know because even during when I was 8 to 5,
right.
like, how do people go and work out in the morning before they go to work? Maybe I'm just not a morning person.
I mean, I did that for
maybe I'm
ever
just
and
not
ever
a morning
and ever.
person. But I'm like, how do
like
people
clockwork.
have the time to have a hobby, to hang out with friends and to do all these things? And especially during the summer, that's where I'm really feeling it right now.
Because we go nonstop.
Occupado.
We're 20 hours a day at the river. For 3 months out of the year. We don't. It's real hard. So
that's where the summer, when everybody else is having fun and going on trips and doing all the things. But I mean, life doesn't stop, so you really can't stop.
Right.
You have to keep going. Otherwise, I mean, it's almost like, I hate to be negative with it, but like, you're getting filled in on a well. You got to keep swimming upwards. Otherwise you're going to drown. You got to keep moving. Yeah. Even if it's just a baby step at a time. Right. Even if you take a step backwards for a second,
But I think too, I'm one of those that I soak up every single thing that you say, and then I go back and I think I have to, because she's the smart one. Yeah.
Like, hold on, let me take my
I'm the
notes
one
here.
that comes up with all the BS and the bullshit, and she's like, no, stop. And I'm like, come on, Nick, it'll be fun. Let's do this. But I do love that everything that we've tackled and everything that we do is fun. I can't say
a positive.
It is
overall a positive.
It is not that we sit around and we're doing this and we're doing that and even when look, I'm cleaning the toilets. This is going on. We're laughing. I've got rubber gloves on, and I'm thinking, this ain't even a situation. This is a fuctuation. We've had
we just upgraded.
We did, and I'm thinking, and we're watching people that are like, I cannot believe that y'all are really. I'm like, what do you mean we can't believe? I mean, I'm not gonna not do anything that I wouldn't ask my team to do. Right. And I mean, the guys said, this is what happened. I mean, it is, we're running skinny and we got to jump in. You got to jump in and you got to do what you got to do. And
we had our biggest weekend ever last week.
We did. It was a great weekend, and we were running the skinniest we've ever run. And I mean, we high-fived each other, and it was such a good feeling. And I'm just so proud of, I'm so proud of you. And
popping.
It better be.
We owe it to them.
All four of us.
Actual Santa Claus up here.
Randallson. Yep. That one's for you, buddy. That one's for you.
No, he would love it.
He won't have to go far, that's for sure. But we do have a lot of fun, and it's good. But yeah,
we're making some things happen.
We are making some things happen. We're shaking some trees and some goats and some cows. We just had a baby cow born 2-3 days ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is absolutely stinking precious. Scottish Highland. She's
What'd you name her?
The little
Mocha Latte.
Her name is Mocha Latte. Right. I got it off because they all have coffee, and we don't drink coffee.
Yeah. Veranda.
Veranda chip. So we call her Vera. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the Starbucks flavor. The Veranda. Yeah. That was also one of my jobs. I was a Starbucks girlie.
You were what is that called?
Barista.
A what?
I was a barista back in the day.
That just sounds fun.
It was fun. It was fun for the most part. You get your people that you're like, you're my lifeline because you're giving me my caffeine for the day. Yeah. And then you get the assholes that were, give me my fucking caffeine for the day. Ew. That way I was like, sir.
Kel, she's not talking about you, but she might be.
Hey, we know Kel likes her naps and her sleep. And
hey, that's a good time for us to talk about the word of the day.
Oh.
Okay, so the word of the day today is fucking. Now think about that for a minute. All right, so it says, when your day is going too well and you don't trust it and some shit finally goes down, like your barista spills your coffee or something, and there it is, that's the fucking.
Or if you are the barista and you get the coffee and you get spilled back on you. I've been there.
Oh, that had to burn. Mm-hmm. What do you do in that situation?
You smile and wave.
You smile and wave, boys.
Hope you have a great day with no caffeine. Because you just throw it all over me. You're not getting another one. It's like when the little kids throw their shit on the ground. No, you're not getting another one.
That's just mean.
Yeah, no. Some people are feisty
I know.
with their caffeine.
We had a whole group of feisties last weekend.
Yeah,
I jumped in the middle of. Yeah, 30 of them.
I thought it was looking like a Whataburger brawl, like those two sides coming all up.
It was me in the middle with the biggest dude out there going.
It was either about to be a fight or a breakdancing battle. I don't know what was going on.
I haven't been breakdancing in a while. That was back in the.
Can you?
No, I don't know. I may be able to get down, but I ain't getting back up. Not without a little help.
Drop it, but not springing back up.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm not getting up.
Yeah, we've only had a couple of fuckings, I feel like, at the river this season. There hasn't really been I mean, there's been a couple of actual literal situations.
Yeah. No, this one was just one complete douchebag. And once we got him out of the
mm-hmm. The whole rest of the group had a great old time.
And they're so good. They're such good people. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. I know we've talked about it a million times, how everybody, you plan this trip out and you guys schedule it a year in advance and you all come down here and you just catch fucking stupid. And that's exactly what this guy did. He was stupid the entire time he was there. To every single person, it was like that was his mission. And
that's the problem when you have too many friends. There's always like that one friend that you just have to put up with.
And that's exactly what everyone said the next day. Exactly, we all talked about it, and they were like, cheese and rice. I mean, thank goodness he's that one. And there were some new people that were added to that group, and they were like, you know what? They already warned us ahead of time. That's the one that argues with this wife. That's the one that argues with everybody else.
If you have to give a disclaimer about your friends,
then you don't. Like, come on. That's when y'all need us to go in there and let me scan through your thing and go, yeah, this isn't going to be the one. Don't take them to this type of event. Right. That's the one you take to the church festival where there's no alcohol involved and there's a jumpy castle and there's no other
church you go to. There's no alcohol.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give out a good example, but it might be a boring church. I don't know. But yeah. But seriously, I mean, there's just a time and place for different people, and that guy was completely out of line, and so
well, when you don't have
I jumped right in the middle of him, and I had one by the neck, and I had the biggest dude out there, and one of our guys said, well, you punched me too, and I was like, why were you in the way? I mean, I'm gonna handle it my way. I mean, don't come at me like that. If you're gonna be in the line of fire, you are gonna get hit. Yeah, you're gonna get hit. Get out of the way. Let me sit everybody down and and then we're gonna.
I will say that day was going a little too well, so that was the epitome of.
We've been saying that it was gonna come. Yeah, we've been saying it was gonna come.
I mean, we haven't had to really.
No, we don't. We have our regulars that come, and they're amazing.
And I feel like every year it's more and more regulars, and they just add to their group of their friends and things like that. So it's
perfect.
Yeah, we get some good people there, but every once in a while
we do. I know it's gonna happen.
You get the rotten egg. There's always one in the group. But
so let's do some thinking here. Tell what's one of your favorite situations that you and I have been in?
Ooh. Okay, I don't know if it wasn't a you and I situation. I just felt like I was the most helpful in the situation. When you were coming back from Oklahoma with G3, and you were like, oh my God, I can't drive. It's so much rain after you went to go to you know, and you were like, hey, I need some help. I need, whatever. Yep. Like, I'm driving. My windshield wipers aren't working. I need to, look up where to get some windshield wipers and make me a reservation for the evening. You had Tiger. And I had to figure out a hotel that was lemur friendly. Right. Okay. So I'm like, where are you at?
So Tiger's the standard poodle, and then we had the lemur, which is our lemur.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Fiona, little Miss Pearl.
Yeah. And it was monsoon raining, and I was in Black Betty, our big Freightliner truck, and then G3 was driving our ranch truck. We were both hauling trailers and animals, and we were going in. I mean, it was probably the worst rainstorm I've ever been in.
Driven through. Yeah. I mean, we're getting some serious rain now, but I'll say I feel like I was the most helpful because I was able to get you a little reservation. I got you a discount because you got your CDL, and you got the lemur snuck up in there. And...
Y'all know where she stuck me? A casino. It was so good. Hey,
I know my clientele.
It was so perfect. We got there, and I mean, I could really give two shits about the whole gambling part, but we got there, and I was like, we hadn't eaten anything in about 18 hours.
Still, the restaurant that was open until late.
We had such a good meal.
Easy parking situation for the most part. You just parked in the I told you all the instructions. This is where you park. You get on the little dill and you go this way.
She sent Tiger's her anxiety deal, so I took Tiger in and I left.
She got a whole little collar for next time.
I left Garrison outside and Fiona's car seat, and Fiona's car seat looks just like a little baby's car seat, right? And so he's got the blanket on top of her, and this child gets embarrassed if somebody blinks his eyelashes too much at him. And so he's sitting out front, and it's this big casino, and all these people are coming in, coming out. It's late, so it's chuck and jive time. It's booming, and Fiona's in there just whistling away, doing all this thing. And then one of the security guards walks up and says, is your baby crying? And he just opens up and he goes, it's a lemur. I can't lie. And he just shuts the thing. And she was like, I promise I won't tell anybody. She was like, I just had to know. And he was like, my mom's making me do this. And the poor kid, he's got like
That's his life motto is, I'm so sorry. I don't know
my
what
mom
to tell
made
you.
me
My
do
mom's
this.
making me do
my
this.
mom's making me do this.
Mm-hmm. That poor kid, yeah.
I know. No wonder he's...
We love him.
No wonder he's the way he is. Poor thing. He's such a good kid. He's just lost. And it doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have anything to do with me. It might. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Want to?
What's your favorite situation that we've been in?
My gosh, we have so many. Let's see.
My situation right now, this burning up in here.
I'm telling you what.
I don't think
it's
I put on deodorant this morning.
Lord, now that's a situation. Now, I think one of our fun ones was our Nashville trip. That was an absolute blast.
When you missed your flight? Because there was an itinerary.
There was. And yes. Mind you, she lives 10 minutes from the airport. Me,
I drive an hour back and forth to work every single day. Don't start with me.
Let's talk about the situation. So we were all leaving to go to Nashville. We have a meeting down there, and I'm driving in, and it was raining again. As it does. And it's not that I don't know how to drive in the rain. I can drive.
We're in Texas, that's why we're so flabbergasted that there's all this rain, because it never rains.
Because it doesn't happen here. And a guy has a blowout literally in front of me. And then, boom, that stops.
Mace, we got to edit this part out.
Exactly.
That's okay.
Yep.
Continue.
In front of me, in his trailer, and he's got these little trailer tire wheels. Boop, blows out. So that blocks half the traffic. And then, not 5 minutes later, they rear end each other. So then I've got boom, boom, back to back. And I'm texting Nick. I'm like, there's absolutely no way. And I was, 15 miles from the airport, 20 miles from the airport. Yeah. I'm not getting to the airport.
No.
Period. So we're meeting.
Well, not by the time you park and all the things, because you were driving yourself and everything too. It wasn't even like you could just roll up in an Uber.
Wouldn't happen. So I call. She's looking online. She's like, "Here's this. Here's that." I call the 800 number, and they said, "Look, just get there. Get to the airport." She says there's 2 or 3 other flights. Well, our meeting was until 12 o'clock.
We had a lunch meeting.
We had a lunch meeting, and I get there. I walk into the airport. The lady is just the sweetest thing at the counter, and I mean,
thankfully, because sometimes those people are not the nicest.
Oh, I know.
They deal with all sorts of people, so they have to put up that wall and that guard.
Exactly.
You got a good one.
Yeah, she was so sweet, and she said, "Look, I've been there," and she said, "I know." She said, "I always work the San Antonio airport." And this time, she was working the Austin airport, and she said, knows. "I get it." Yep. And she said, "Here's what I'm going to do." She said, "There's a flight." She said, "It's at whatever 9:15, 10:15, or whatever. I'm going to put you on that." And she said, "As a matter of fact, I'm just going to upgrade you and put you to where you can get on first because your lunch meeting is at noon." So my seat was A1.
Oh my
Literally
God.
walked right on the plane.
What
I had my
this
bag.
Karma, this good karma.
See, it was
following
so
you around.
sweet. I gave her a big old hug, and she said, "Good luck on your meeting." And I landed, had the Uber, and I met you guys, and I was there at 12:10. You guys were there.
Sat down.
Just sat down at the restaurant.
Our first round of Diet Coke, and boom, then you showed up.
And then I was right there.
Had the person hold your bag downstairs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We met at Maggiano's.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, I love me some Italian.
Yeah, and sure enough, it was. I mean, we walked in. It wasn't. But
it was like it didn't even happen.
It was like it didn't even happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which was wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
And all y'all were ribbing me, giving me shit, and there I was. I was like. Pfft. On a normal day, I would come
over here.
On a normal day, I get into more trouble than that, and I never come sliding in home plate just free and clear like that.
No, normal time you missed your flight. You almost got kidnapped in the Keys.
Oh yeah, that was
another
situation.
That
was a situation.
That was bad. I had to come pick you up when you got home from the airport. You're over here bawling.
I was hysterical.
Yeah,
I was. There was a lot of boogers on your shirt.
That
was
probably the biggest situation. I feel like because there could have been the most that had gone wrong.
Yeah, that was rough. That was scary. That was real. Mm-hmm. That was very real. And then wasn't it like right after that we came home, we talked about it, and there was a whole deal on the news that was talking about
in Florida.
Yes,
in Florida.
Florida. The same scenario, same situation.
And then when we were in Nashville, the same kind of thing happened again.
Yep, we
Unmarked
were waiting.
Car. Hey, do y'all need a ride?
Yep,
Whatever.
Just
it was
pulled up. We were standing outside, and we were like, absolutely not. No, in a black Escalade, blacked out windows. No. Yeah. Yep.
Y'all be careful out there. There's some.
Yeah. Pay attention to your surroundings. Check license plates. Use the app. check the faces. Don't just jump into anybody's thing, because absolutely not. No, we ended up walking down the street and walked down and went and had us a glass of wine, and then we went home, we powerhoused, and we worked our tail off that night. Yeah, but yeah, that was a full on thing. Yeah. Yep. But I think we have a really good vibe. I think it was very unexpected how it all kind of happened and started, and it's pretty cool. You're my little. So now everybody calls. So y'all know I talk about her all the time. It's Nick. Her actual name is really Nicole, but no, it's Nick.
It sounds so weird coming out of your mouth.
Everybody know, and it does. It's like, that's just
Nicole.
It's too many syllables. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a 3-letter Nick, not a 4-letter word. Though.
That's right. It's just the N-I-C. That's it.
That's all you need.
That's it. That's all you need. Yeah. Well, she said the other day, the kids are all calling her TJ. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah, Tiffany Jr. Because she does. She does answer my sentences and my things and
your phone calls.
Hello, yes.
This is Tiffany's phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is good. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Yep. It's been fun. We do a lot of cool things together. We have a lot of fun stuff happening. I can't believe I finally got you on the porch.
Singing on banana phones and all the things.
Got you on the porch.
Yep, finally.
I know. Finally. Yeah. And you were so good. You really didn't tell any really embarrassing things.
Well, now I'm thinking about it. I was like, I should have came more prepared with some notes and things. I'm going to start.
Oh, shit. Now she's going to come on the porch next time and she's going to go, and if you look at this photo right here, this
I'm
is
actually
what
start
she
my own
did.
Podcast.
This is what she did.
Nick's Notes.
Nick's
Join
Notes.
Me next time.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, you should tell them about the behind the scenes when we did the photo shoot at the ranch. Oh, and you're this. Tell them your codes.
Oh, I can't. I got my hat on.
Oh, okay. So this is what she does when I do stupid shit, which is all the time. So her hand will go straight up, which palm to the forehead, and this one means,
oh God, what did you do?
Yeah. And then if it goes sideways,
that means I'm embarrassed.
That means, yes.
I'm embarrassed for you, with you,
all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all know on the level of when she boops herself, which way it goes, on what level I'm at and what I've done and how bad it is. And she's spitting out drinks before. She, Steiner, she wants to go for a ride on the fire truck. You ringing the bell? But yeah, so we did a really cool photo shoot up at the ranch and the undisclosed location, and
I'm over here taking some behind the scenes photos.
Yeah.
with the Polaroid camera. They're all, I mean, it's all part of the same photo shoot. They're all classy looking. It's all whatever.
It's Memorial Day weekend, so we start at the river down below.
Right. And it's, I mean, that's pretty much opening weekend for us. So, of course, there's a ton of people driving through. We got the producer there. We got Race, the photographer there. And we have everybody. Well, I am just taking these Polaroids. There's a couple of tiger. I'm just snapping away. Well, I put the Polaroids that I take and put them in the store.
In the river store.
In the river store with where my scissors normally go. I thought I have done a good job of hiding them because nobody ever comes and steals my scissors.
Well, and it's not like there's really anything showing. There's not, but.
There's not if you were there for the vibe and the plan of the photo shoot.
Yeah.
If you saw these pictures
just randomly a Polaroid,
you're like, whose old Playboy? What the fuck is going on here? Whose dad's closet did you get into?
Yeah.
You know, at this point. And obviously she's over here. We'll post some of the photos coming soon, but yeah. So I get weeks go by. We're okay. It's fine. And then all of a sudden,
I have no idea that there's Polaroids.
That they're still there. Yes. Okay. So then all of a sudden, Gage, her oldest, that comes to do checks, looks in, reaches in, I guess, to grab whatever, and finds one of the pictures.
The Polaroid.
And finds a Polaroid, texts it to her, and
texts me. He puts the two of them together. Like this, there's a handful of them, and he sends them to me, and he says, "Nice." And I just sit there. I'm like, oh. But there's nothing showing. It's the concept of the shoot. So, and I said, "Thanks. Appreciate you. Boop. Gotta go. Bye."
Then 2 days later, Polo,
my guy that's been with me forever. He went to school with the middle son, so I've known this child.
Her favorite child comes and says, "Hey Nick, can I talk to you in the store for a second?" I was like, "Oh fuck, I've never gotten in trouble
called to the principal's office."
I was like, "What happened? I'm in trouble." And so he goes, "Hey, what are these and why are they laying around?" I was like,
and it's the Polaroids again.
I said, "What do you mean, what are they? What do they look like to you? They look like a photo shoot that Tiffany took." He goes,
"Well, y'all hear the tone of her voice when she goes, 'What do you mean?' It's just like the first episode on the porch. What What do you mean?
I'm consistent.
Why would you expect?
It's my catchphrase.
Why would you not expect?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So what is good? What? I said, you don't like them?
Don't look at them.
I said, if you don't like them, don't look at them, and you probably are going to have to go and follow your mama because there's more coming soon to the general public. So if you don't like them,
it's because it's hot in here. My cheeks are red.
No, and he just looked at me and goes, "What? They're going to be published?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. You better unfollow if you don't like them." I said, "I'll take them. I'll put them in the scrapbook for later, but they're coming."
Y'all, they're not that. They're not that bad. They're not.
They're not. They're really not.
They're not. But it's
with the relationship you have with your kids.
Yeah,
all your kids, and they're like, "Mom, what the fuck are you doing over here?"
It was an inspiration shot, and you'll understand.
It is not an OnlyFans that she's.
It's not. You'll understand it. It's a cynical. It's an inspiration photo shoot.
We'll have to post it right after this now. Yeah. We'll have to get that picture out there.
Maybe we should do it when we're not in Texas. Maybe we should do it when we're on our next road trip and we're not in Texas, and we'll let
Maybe
it
you have to pay for the exclusive content.
No. Y'all, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm old as dirt. Seriously, it's not that bad. But yeah, so it was fun, and then we carried on, and we did the rest of the shoot, and then I ended up in a water trough, and that was interesting.
That was a cute picture.
It was a cute picture, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of them, and that was trying to coordinate holding a horse and your boobs and
a lemur,
yes, and everything else, and what have you. Gun. Yeah, it was good. It was fun, but that is probably one of those times that we will never forget. I mean, my eyes are watering just laughing about it because I turned around and then when Mace's, when I'm in the water and he's asking me, he's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I said, "Well, I'm about to get naked." And you can see, I don't know if you look and you really pay attention to it, but you're right behind me and you're going, pfft. And you're just like, "Oh, great, here she goes."
Right there.
You did, and it's in the video, and I don't know that, and I've watched it many a times because it's so natural and so. It's just funny, but yeah, and I'm watching you in the back going, "Oh shit, here she goes. She's just gonna tell everybody that's exactly what she's about to do." But we
got some good snippets from it.
It was good. It was fun. Good. It was great. But yeah,
you got an all new following from that one.
We do. I don't know about the following and Steiner. She's got cords.
We got a fucking coming.
I don't know what's happening out of the whole deal. Yeah, it is definitely going to be a fucking. And then all of a sudden, boop, there it is. There's the fucking. Here it is. Yup.
But until then, until the fucking happens, you just keep having fun.
It does. We do. We have a lot of fun, and I'm so grateful for it.
We try to follow the itineraries and the PDFs.
Yeah, that's a fucking in itself, to say the least. But no, we have fun. It's good. It's good. We have some fun stuff in the make. We have fun stuff in the works. Yep. We have some really cool stuff coming.
Yep.
Big projects. We finish up at the river after Labor Day, and then we're on to some really cool shit.
All the things that we cannot
tell on the porch.
Publicly disclose at this time.
Nope.
At undisclosed locations, doing undisclosed things. Well, we'll let y'all know when you're
undisclosed
invited.
Clothing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Y'all relax. God, it's my porch. I can say what I want to say. I can wear what I want to wear.
It's my party. I can cry if I want to.
Yeah. It's my party. I can cry if I want to. Steiner's are just eating cords one after another. Y'all, we had a good time. I can't believe I actually got you on the porch.
I know.
And I'm so glad this is
This was your birthday present. This was your birthday
present. She did say that, y'all. She did say that because I'm officially on my second half of my dash and I'm old as dirt, so
now you're going to have to wait another 360
Oh,
days
fuck off.
Absolutely
not. No, we're going to come up with some good stuff. Here's what's going to happen.
I'm going to make a list and be like, hey, bring me back on the porch. I got a lot of things to tell the people.
See, mark my words. It's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to come back. She's going to have a spreadsheet. She's going to have a whole pie chart. She's going to have her little thing. She's going to go. And then what happened was... The situation started like this, turned into a fuctuation, and then the fucking happened on the third day when we were traveling. You watch how she does this. They're going to be color-coded.
Don't you worry.
She's going to send y'all, a QR code that's going to get you to the fourth. Okay, yeah. Oh, just wait. Yeah, you are going to see.
Now I got some big expectations.
How smart she really is. And they're going to go, how in the hell does she deal with that woman? How in the world does she put all that in a pie chart?
Because sometimes I don't have to pie chart. Sometimes I just have to feed Leroy the
thing.
Peach cobbler.
Yeah. Then there's that.
That's it.
Then there's that. Well, it was fun. I love you.
Love you.
Let's move on to our next deals. We'll have some good
Dream
stories.
Team. Yeah, heck yeah.
It is. Y'all, that's my Nick. That's my girl. It's my go-to, my rock star. I call her that all the time. She is. And I love you so big. Yeah, she is. Finally got her from behind the scenes onto the porch. All right. Peace out. We're out of here. We got to get Steiner off the cords. Clip, chop, Steiner, cut.